Away, 3 5-minute rounds if they need them. The Cage Warriors lightweight division. Tonny Van Dijk in the black with white trim. Tomek Langowski in the black and white camo.
Yeah, big kick from Van Dijk, and he does look much taller at this weight, actually. Now you see them next to each other. That 2-inch advantage really does translate in limb length for these fighters.
Coming out with that Dutch kickboxing style is Van Dijk, as expected. Lots of kicks, expect some knees as well, and good combinations, and he's doing pretty much everything, as it says on the tin, with that Dutch-style kickboxing background.
Yeah, they're both throwing with a lot of power in these strikes as well. Getting into the pocket repeatedly, nice and early.
Langowski's going to have to keep that head moving. He can't stand straight up in front of a striker like Van Dijk.
No, Van Dijk's fighting southpaw as well, which changes the dynamic a little bit for them. That's why he's been firing that back kick up the open side of...
And pleasantries being exchanged in the cage. Langowski landed flush on the chin. Van Dijk shook it off. And there was a little touch of gloves there, a bit of mutual respect.
Oh, that was a great sequence. Look how much distance he covered coming forward.
Oh, big right hand again from the Polishman. A lot of support in the arena here in Belgium for Tomek Mad Dog Langowski.
We've seen Van Dijk look like he's going to throw a punch and come up with that knee up the middle. You saw a feint for it there. And it's happened a couple of times so far. It's just another target your opponent has to keep guessing about. And that was a good shot. That shot really, I think, found some force through the guard.
Well, both men keeping their opponents honest with their striking technique and power early in the first round. And you've got to think if it turns into a dogfight, it's going to favour Langowski. A more technical striking battle at range might favour the Dutchman, but both guys clearly happy to bite down on their gum shields.
Yeah, I like the technicality of the strikes from Van Dijk so far. He's throwing them very nicely. He's mixing up uppercuts, in with hooks, in with knees, in with kicks. They're all coming at really nice angles.
Nice knee to the body.
Oh, good.
Gets his head out the way of the counter shot. In the corner, just asking Van Dijk to keep those hands up. They know there's a lot of power coming back at him.
Yeah, he can't be too lazy with bringing those kicks back down. You know, when he throws them, it's a good change of level. Drove through very nicely. He's trying to step over, but it looks like Langowski's going to re-establish, and he does. Got to work with the elbows, though, from his back.
Langowski back to his feet, touch the gloves, and they'll get back at it. And the crowd here shouting, Tomek, willing the fighter on. Very popular here locally, we understand, is Mad Dog.
Van Dijk's got some good head movement when he gets stuck inside the pocket, and he's got to get out of the way. You can see he just slants and leans back.
Caught low there was Van Dijk. Just before he was, we heard the corner asking for more kicks. If my Dutch is as good as I remember it to be.
No coaching. Take your time.
Interesting to see if the striker does start to employ them. You've got to believe that keeping it at range is his best interest.
Yeah, it's interesting that he hasn't actually gone to the legs with any kicks yet. They've all been up to the body, up to the head. The knees have been up to the body. And it'd be interesting if he suddenly changed the target area, started really chopping down onto that lead leg.
Van Dijk not interested in taking the full 5 minutes. Wants to get straight back to it. A nice exchange of shots there in the centre of the cage. Oh, an uppercut with the right hand. Catches Van Dijk, but he throws back with a nice combination of punches. And again, the two fighters with a little wink and a smile in the cage.
Yeah, they're both exchanging very well. I feel like Van Dijk's throwing the more significant combinations, and he's following up with other combinations.
Langowski does appear to be grazed possibly above the eye. It doesn't look like it's going to cause him any significant trouble. Oh, big shots from both men. Van Dijk backing his man up to the cage, but Langowski firing back.
Yeah, but Langowski feels like it looks as though he's getting stuck in a bit more here. He's eating some pretty significant shots, though. Oh, lovely takedown again. They're really clean, the takedowns from Van Dijk. He just gets in on them, he executes them with punctuality, I think is the best way to say it.
Both guys doing some damage on the ground here. Interesting round.
Yeah, really good, and a nice smile and exchange of pleasantries between the two. That's really good striking exchange from both fighters in that one. I think probably Van Dijk getting the better of them.
It'd be interesting to take a look back at some of the action from that round, Josh, and I'd certainly back you on that claim. The better technical striker of the two, Langowski landing some big power shots of his own.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, these were the good combinations from Van Dijk. Again, he put the kicks on them. Both takedowns were very, very clean as well, very effectively grappled from him. This was the first one, just changed angle, almost cleared the legs.
Van Dijk really doing everything right when it comes to throwing those punches, getting the knuckles turned in nicely. But the big bombs coming back from the Polishman, and how many times have we seen a fighter put on what looks to be a phenomenal display, then out of nowhere, just one big hammer takes them down. You've got to believe that's on the back of the mind of the corner of Tonny Van Dijk when he gets to those exchanges.
You feel like if either of these guys lands clean, it's going to do some significant damage. They're both throwing with an awful lot of power and intent so far.
Touch of gloves, and we are back underway. Second of 3 5-minute rounds, if they need them, in the Cage Warriors lightweight division. Oh, nice kick to the body. Now we're perhaps going to start seeing Van Dijk go a bit low with some of these kicks.
Yeah, maybe he's hit the body several times up that open side. It's a really good weapon, and you see he switched up to the feet there, but he got caught.
Oh, clubbing shot. Langowski with the finish.
Wow, that was a quick turnaround.
Unbelievable, Josh. We talked about it moments ago. One big hammer, and Mad Dog gets the win.
Yeah, I mean, I really need to see a replay of that shot. It didn't necessarily look like it caught Van Dijk. It looked as though he almost lost his balance a little bit, and he shrugs his shoulders and says, what can you do? But I really look forward to seeing a replay of that finish.
Hopefully we'll get the opportunity. But what an exciting fight that was turning out to be, and what a great show of respect between these two guys, Josh.
Yeah, I mean, they had it throughout. They both acknowledged each hand. So here was the kick, and yeah, left hand over the top. Went for the takedown, and yes, I just couldn't see what clipped him there.
It looked like it perhaps caught him right behind the ear, which really can drop the legs out from underneath you, but he seemed to be almost airborne when the shot hit him, and was put down and finished by ground and pound. And, to be fair to Mark Goddard, great stoppage. The fighter turned away, not defending himself.
Ladies and gentlemen, the referee calls a stop to this contest, declaring the winner by TKO. Tomek Langowski!
Tomek Langowski with the impressive second round KO. And what Josh, you mentioned